Hello, you are with me, the voice of ability owner for persons with disability. United Nations statistics estimate that over 600 million people live with disability globally, and over 400 million people live with disability in Africa. 40% of Africa's population are made up of people living with disability. 10 to 15% of school-age children in Africa live with disability. Ghana's population is over 32 million, and 8% are people living with disability. How does this impact on persons with disability in terms of policy formulation, marriage and family life, education, healthcare, employment, and so on? For those of us in the disability community, discrimination and stigmatization is the root cause of almost every challenge we face. However, success only comes to those who know how to overcome their challenges and not those who know how to avoid challenges. So join me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability, as I navigate my way through the riveting stories, the unbelievable experiences, and the life-transforming journeys of persons with disability on the Helping Hand TV show.
Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah. Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah.
Mrs. Christina Anaswa Hackman, I thank God for giving you to me as my sweet mother. I bless God for allowing our paths to cross within the sands of time. I thank you for being the reason for every season in my life. I thank you for being the reason behind everything I do. Thank you for being my best example in life. And thank you for being my example of the best in my life. My sweet mother, thank you for being an amazing teacher. Thank you for being a generous giver. Thank you for being an incredible helper. Above all, thank you for being an amazing leader. My sweet mother, you taught me everything I know. You taught me that to make impact on others, you don't only have to use your words, but you have to use your heart. My sweet mother, you taught me that lasting footprints are created when lasting heartprints are made in the lives of other people. My sweet mother, I love you forever and I'll never forget you.
Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah. Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. And like I say, you're welcome. Welcome to my world where disability is not inability. Special thanks to DV Unlimited Company Limited and Fast Teacher Pool, my proud sponsors. And special thanks to you for tuning in to your favorite program. H4P is 13 years old. And we are talking about 13 impacts of H4P at 13. I promised you that I'll get the representatives from H4P to be here. I made good on my word. I'm going to go for a break. When I come back, I'll introduce you to the representatives from the H4P organization. We are going to delve deep into the issue. H4P is 13. To God be the glory. It's a Helping Hand TV show. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are with me, the voice of ability on the air for persons with disability, and today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend, others call her the sweet companion, and others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable, and she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samana Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the topmost made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P Organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners!
Nature's finest touch.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, H4P is 13 years old. Hooray! And at 13, H4P has embarked on 13 projects towards national development and bringing dignity to disability. Number 1 is the Helping Hand TV show, a media advocacy project that throws the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability, discussing topical issues concerning disability, and currently is the first and only TV show in Ghana dedicated to disability issues.
The Helping Hand TV show has done a lot because a lot of people every Saturday they stay glued to their TV because they want to watch the Helping Hand show. Because currently that is the only TV show on disability that runs every Saturday. We don't have one, and I congratulate the Helping Hand TV show for this program and also sustaining it.
It's a very educative program. It exposes you to persons with disabilities themselves, and you get to know their lives at first hand.
And it always focuses not on the negative, but on the ability of somebody who has a disability.
Number 2 is the Helping Hand Election Watch series that discusses policies concerning persons with disability, their inclusion, rights and privileges towards national development. Number 3 is H4P Ghana for Peace Summit, a conference that promotes the awareness and the need for peace during elections, where political parties are given the mandate to ensure peace and stability because persons with disability are affected the most during war and conflict.
This is an innovation I've seen for the very first time, and I thank you. Distinguished invitees and representatives of the various political parties, distinguished representatives of the disability community, representatives from various organizations, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be here today and to be invited to be the chairman for this summit.
The EC, which is the constitutionally mandated body to ensure the realization of the right and the power to vote by all eligible persons, will ensure that the conduct and supervision of the elections will be devoid of all hindrances to effective participation.
All blind and partially sighted persons in Ghana wish to appeal for peace.
Number 4 is H4P Community Project, a one-on-one interaction with persons with disability, families, and institutions with persons with disability, where H4P gives financial and logistic support to help improve the livelihood of persons with disability.
The computers you gave us, this computer has been of very great benefit to the schools.
Number 5 is H4P's Ability Praise Concert, APC, the greatest and the biggest disability entertainment platform in Ghana, where persons with disability are given the opportunity to groom and showcase their talents in arts and entertainment. Number 6 is H4P's Intertertiary Ability Praise Concert, where H4P Organization throws a spotlight on the disability community in our tertiary institutions, thereby creating a platform where persons with disability can be impactful to this nation whilst in school. Number 7 is H4P's National Inter-Schools Disability Fun Games, where special education schools all over Ghana partake in sporting activities, thereby developing their career in sports. Number 8 is H4P Career Guidance and Counseling, a conference organized by the H4P Organization, where students with disability receive direction and professional help in their career. Number 9 is H4P Christmas Parties, where the H4P Organization appreciates persons with disability, gives special treats to persons with disability, families of persons with disability, especially caregivers, to appreciate them for the good work being done. Number 10 is H4P Orphanage Outreach, where the H4P organization shows love through gifts and donations. Number 11 is Celebration of Love as part of activities to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Mrs. Christina Nanswa Hackman. Several schools and institutions have benefited from free health screening and physiotherapy sessions for children with disability. Number 12 is the renovation and commissioning of wards, Christina Nanswa Hackman wards, and donations made to the Mana Mission Hospital. And finally, number 13 is the prestigious Chill Awards instituted by the H4P organization, the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards in honor of Mrs. Christina Nanswa Hackman, to award persons with disability who have excelled in their various fields of endeavor in 1. Education, 2. Entrepreneurship, and 3. Sports and entertainment. To God be the glory. Great things he has done and greater things he will do.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show. With me, the voice of ability and of persons with disability. This is a special edition of the Helping Hand TV show. H4P is 13 years old, and I have the representatives of the H4P organization. They are helping us understand what H4P has done over these years, the impact H4P has made, and what has made H4P this big, this great, impacting lives, bringing dignity to disability. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. Thank you so much. H4P at 13. Tell me, what else have you done within these 13 years?
So let's talk about the Ghana for Peace Summit. You know, H4P specializes in noticing what other people ignore, because I think that is one strength of the H4P organization. And for the Ghana for Peace Summit, it was one of the projects held the national elections. And the reason why H4P decided to do this was to bring awareness to the fact that if there is anything, if there is any form of conflict or any form of disorderliness or anything like war or anything like that, the people who are going to suffer the most will be the people we stand for, the people we support, persons with disability. So the H4P organization was saying that let's bring our opinion leaders together, our politicians together, persons with disability. Let's tell them this is what would be if we don't stand for peace, if we don't fight for peace, if we let our individual ideologies get in the way of the peaceful elections. These are the things that are going to happen. We wanted to give a voice to persons with disability. We wanted them to add their voice to the call for peace. Because you see, we all say that we want peace, but we hardly think about the impacts. You know, if there is war, it will be disastrous. But it's more devastating for persons with disability, because apart from creating more persons with disability, you are also going to destroy structures that the scarce structures. Because already there are a lot of barriers they have to overcome. And now they have to deal with dilapidated buildings, places, inaccessible places. So that is the reason why the H4P organization brought together.
So you created a platform for the disability community to be heard by the political parties and all that. That was laudable, right?
What the H4P organization does is to make us be conscious, like be aware that we have persons with disability in our communities. So we need to pay attention. So I like how the H4P organization amplify the voices of the disability community, because they are speaking but nobody is hearing. They are crying out but nobody is paying attention. Then H4P creates a national forum, brings all political parties together, let the disability community share their plight, let them know what is for us to appreciate the fact that, I mean, prior to election, during election, after election, there is the need for us to have a peaceful environment. And I think that even hearing the sound of peace, or the peace being preached from the disability community, makes a lot of meaning. Because you get to realize that, you see, if you focus on just the politics and what you are feeling, you're going to endanger yourself, you're going to fight. At the end of the day, people are going to become disabled because of things that would happen.
And statistics have actually shown that violence is a very large contributor to disability, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to know we are working on making sure that we have more disability-friendly structures. Now, because of one day's activity, you will take you take actions that would create chaos in the country. That is not too good. So, hearing even the plight of peace being preached from the perspective of the disability community, I think it makes a lot of sense, and it's been helpful. I mean, through the project, another project, the Election Watch series, peace being preached, and we can see that on election days, people's responses have been relatively good. There were some years that we think that there's going to be riots, there's going to be chaos, but people go and vote and they quietly go back home, waiting to hear the results. And
because we preach peace.
And when the leaders also heard, they took the message back. The leaders also went to preach it in their communities, and the message of peace kept spreading and spreading.
I remember the chairperson for the Ghana for Peace saying that he has not seen anything like this before. A non-governmental organization that advocates for persons with disability creating a forum to bring together all the political parties so that the disability community can have access, first-hand communication with them, to let them know that these are the things we are focused on. You are focused on winning power. We are focused on peace. Because after you've gotten your power, there will be nobody to rule.
Yes. And we also made sure that we made the political parties make a commitment towards peace. Because it's not enough for us to tell them that this is what will happen. But they also must be in agreement and make a commitment for peace.
Then we can hold them accountable.
Yes.
Right?
And Bishop, the interesting thing too is that the people at the top are so united. But the message that comes down, the foot soldiers, the followers will misread information, and then they would rather be fighting and they would get hurt. So that if the leadership then transmits the information that we are not enemies, we just have different political views, we are following different projects, different visions, but it doesn't make us enemies. I remember part of the message of peace from H4P, we said that Ghana is bigger than any political party. So during election year, we prioritize Ghana. At the end of the day, Ghana must win. The disability community must win. The persons without disability must win. So that is what we look at. And I'm grateful for the reception. Not only the chairperson, Bishop, the participants, the representatives from the various political parties. Like, they were very appreciative of the event. And again, it makes H4P's project so relevant because it goes a long way, not only to better the disability community, but the whole of Ghana itself.
This passion H4P has for preaching peace, I mean, it's been carried on 13 years. I mean, it's been incredible. I remember I was in Singapore for an award. When I came up, it was my central message that we need to have peace so that we can reduce the occurrence of disability. And that was a very profound thing. I mean, throughout the award ceremony, even after the award ceremony, several people came to me talking about it, that they've not really looked at it that way, and that if we are able to stop the violence, then we can improve the chances of bettering the lot of persons with disability.
Let's give a round of applause for the CEO of H4P Organization, Bishop Dr. Charles C. Hackman. Congratulations. Let's have a photo with the lovely fluff on stage. Yep, one more time. So you know, when the general rule of awards is that you have to look at the camera. So let's have the medal as well, and also the, wow, look at that. It is like the Olympics, isn't it? Let's have a lovely photo as well with the full gear on. Bishop Dr. Charles C. Hackman, over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Disability issues, I believe, should be priority. Disability can be anybody's lot, meantime. We've been doing this work for a decade and counting, and we are so grateful for honoring us and recognizing what we are doing. We are hoping that everybody will notice that if we make room for disability, we are making room for ourselves. And so we are using this platform to advocate for that. And if I would have a minute to say this, we have noticed that the trend for people getting to disability has risen. And it has to do with tribal wars, it has to do with conflicts. So many wars happening, so many conflicts. And I want to use this platform to call for world peace. That we need peace in our world, especially in the Middle East. As disability advocates, we are passionate about this. And so we are hoping that the Prince of Peace will come in and help us. Disability indeed is not inability. Thank you, distinguished listeners.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek you through the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. We are still talking H4P at 13. Philip and Marilyn are here with me, and they are telling us what H4P has done, why H4P is all over the place, H4P at 13. Tell me, what else have you been doing? In fact, I'm amazed that with all these things that you are doing, the stress, the burden, the opposition, you have not given up, and we still have many more things to discuss.
Definitely, many more.
Thank you very much, Bishop. You know, in the process of organizing a project, the unfortunate privilege we have as an organization is that we are always coming up with new projects, first time ever projects, and I mean, nobody has gone ahead of you to set the pace for you to learn from.
Yeah.
And you go through the challenges, the hassle, and when the project is fully executed, you see the results. In fact, you see instant results. There are some that would be playing out as a year's role. But the instant result you see, you get encouraged to, and you get to know that it was worth investing into such a project. And I don't think we have plans of giving up. One of the projects I like to talk about, which is tied, or it is linked with linked to the H4P Ghana for Peace Summit. It has to do with the Election Watch series or the Election Watch project. These are projects that happen during election years, and we are in an election year, so this is a very pivotal program that we should all be looking out for, where H4P Organization, because H4P is mindful of the disability community, will pay visits to the various political parties, everybody that is going to represent. And the question is, what are your plans for the disability community? Now, this is not the case until H4P Organization came on the scene, because the disability community will be crying as usual in their quarters, desiring for things to be done for them, and nobody will be hearing them. We don't even notice them for us to even say we even want to ignore them. But H4P, the voice of ability on air for disability, yours sincerely, creates this national platform where these political parties are invited to share their minds for persons with disability. And what I have liked about this project is that the parties that didn't have plans for the disabled community, because
they know H4P will come calling
of this, they would have to come up with something, because they know that the helping hand man is going to come, H4P is going to come, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability is going to come, and we must have an answer. And it is not something, just something to represent something. Because when you answer, he would ask you questions, as you say. When you respond, he would probe further, because we are interested in what we are doing. We're not just coming up with a program to, let people have time to, have time of watching the program and that's it. But something that would be impactful, something that these political parties will be committed to. Because as I've known the H4P organization, we would go following up, asking, you said you would do A, B, C, D. We've not seen anything done. Please, what are your plans? Because your time is possibly coming to an end, or you've gone through these years. What are your plans? What are you going to do for our people? Because you said you would do this. H4P speaks for the disability community, and again, it makes the H4P organization so relevant. And in an election year like this year, we know that a lot of goodies are going to come to the disability community, because when they bring their plight to us, H4P will probe into it and would draw the attention of political parties to give attention to these things to help the disability community in Ghana.
In as much as the disability community forms the largest minority, we have ignored them for so long that it's easy to forget that during elections, they also cast their votes. They also decide who should rule. And so with the interviews with the disability desk of the Electoral Commission, you probe further to find out what are the provisions made for persons with disability. I remember the last election watch where people were talking about the disability community was crying about certain provisions that were not in their favor. You called the Electoral Commission. You wanted to find out what is being done for persons with disability with regards to, you talked about tactile ballots, all those things. Anything that will make sure that persons with disability are ahead. You talked about even when it comes to registering persons with disability, getting their voters' ID cards, what are the things, the challenges they are facing? Because we don't want to disenfranchise them. And because you have pushed, this has become a major part of the work that the Electoral Commission is doing to make sure that persons with disability are part and they cast their votes. They are the largest minority and they need to be ahead.
It's amazing. Deciding who rules, deciding which party comes on. It's supposed to be a universal adult suffrage. Yeah. Everybody is supposed to have the opportunity if you are of age. And H4P will not sit back while the disability community is being disenfranchised. Mm-hmm. So that's a very big one. I'll go for a break. When we come back, we are going to continue. It's H4P at 13. To God be the glory. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Success is a product of hard and wise work. Is 60-second success with the Bishop. Stay tuned.
Welcome to 60-second success with the Bishop, where I give you success nuggets for a successful life. To be successful, you must keep moving forward, no matter what. Don't let your past dictate your present. Neither allow your past to influence your future. If you would arrive safely on your success journey, you must learn not to live from your past. Your past victories are supposed to remain in your past, just as your past failures are supposed to remain in your past. Remember that it is so difficult moving forward whilst looking backwards. To be successful, you must strive to live from your passion and not from your past. No matter what your past looks like, whether good or bad, your future holds more prospects and greater things. Keep moving forward. And if for any reason you have to pause, be sure your feet is on the right place and then stand firm, gather the needed momentum and move on again. It has taken 60 seconds for me to give you this success tip, but it will take more than 60 seconds for you to put it to work in your life. So start your journey to success now.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. This is the Helping Hand TV show. We are cataloging what has happened within these 13 years of H4P, and Philip and Marilyn are here. You have a public awareness project.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
For H4P, education is key. We believe that education can turn the tables. It can change situations if we give the right education. So the Public Awareness Project is a project that seeks to educate the general public about issues of disability. The question is, would you behave the way you are behaving to a person with disability if you were in that person's shoes? Would you if you
are the receiving end?
Yes. Would you be silent and watch things go wrong if you were at the receiving end? Yeah. You know, a lot of us don't realize, we often say that disability can be anybody's lot at any time. But it's just like, it's a quote that we say. Yeah. We don't really believe it until it happens. There are people who had accidents, seemingly little accidents that rendered them disabled. There are people who become disabled with age. with either they would not be able to hear well anymore, they will not be able to see, they will not be able to, and all these things happen as we go on. The question is, if you treat people with disability the way you treat them, will you be happy if you were in the person's shoe? What the H4P organization did was to take time to go around various companies, institutions, clubs. Sometimes we are invited to various clubs to speak on the issue of disability, because it is a very serious issue that we all need to take care of. I think that there was this lady that, I think there was a company we went to, and there was this lady who had an issue, a disability, but then she didn't want to talk about it. She was very silent about it because she didn't want to be the one to show herself, this is the problem that I have. But the moment H4P went to that company, spoke to them about the disability, she came out of her shell and decided to do something about it. She had a speech impediment issue, so she began to advocate because of she knew that she heard that there were other people who were also speaking about it. So she decided not to be silent anymore. In fact, she stopped her job to fully focus on the advocacy she wanted to do. So the H4P organization realized that there are people in the society who can become agents of change if they understand what disability is, how to relate with persons with disability. So that is one major aspect of the public awareness project. Let people rise up. Let them also begin to speak for persons with disability in their communities, in their homes. Let them begin to treat people with disability differently. And so that is one of the things we sought to do. Another thing had to do with making publications. You know that media is a very important tool for disseminating information. So making publications in various news outlets about disability, situations of disability, what can be done when you have a situation of disability, that to educate the public so that people will begin to change their mindsets and perceptions and attitude towards persons with disability.
Okay, so I'm going to go for the music break. It's H4P at 13, and we are thanking God for His goodness and His mercies. Let's go for a spot of music. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
It's the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
How can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you, Lord. You're my everything. Yeah. How can I express my gratitude? Yeah. For all the many things you've done for me. Yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you, Lord. Lord, you're my everything. I call you Jireh, you're my provider. I call you Nisi, you are my banner. I call you Rapha, you are my healer. Yeah, yeah. Lord, you're my everything. Oh, you're my now. 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 Oh, you're my me grand cobia, my band, ready, that's all. We are my home, baby, my life is in your hands, I can live without you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can breathe without you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
without you? Yeah. Who am I without you? Yeah. And I can live without you. Oh God, I can breathe without you. Yeah. I can move without you. Yeah. Who am I without you? Oh, you're my dinner. 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 Oh, you're my dinner.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the Helping Hand TV show. We are still looking at H4P at 13. Philip and Marilyn are here with me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Welcome.
Your public awareness project, I'm thinking, would have quite a number of challenges because we have societal perception to fight, we have stigmatization to fight, we have this discrimination to fight. How has the reception been? 13 years. How have you been able to reach out to the grassroots, people that need that mindset renovation? How has it been? Is there a battle?
Obviously, it was challenging when we began.
Yeah.
And thankfully, because the Helping Hand TV show was also initiated by them, so the public, the H4P Public Awareness Project is sort of like a smaller version of the Helping Hand TV show, because this one we get the community to interact with. Now we're doing a weekly project on TV through the Helping Hand TV show, so it sort of gave us some leverage so that the battle wasn't.
The Helping Hand is also on our social media platforms on the World Wide Web, and so it's not only on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So because there is a foundation laid there through the Helping Hand TV show, getting into the community, it made it relatively easier. Now, what you get to hear once through this public forum, you get to watch more on TV, and there is a build-up from there. So that people were totally ignorant about things like disability-related issues. So what they were doing is not possibly because of superstitious mindset they had. Like, they were totally ignorant that this person has hearing impairment. Like, what could have been the cause? How do you relate with such a person? Why should you not discriminate against such a person, but relate with the person as your equal?
Why is the person not mystical? Why is the person not different?
Exactly. Like somebody who is an albino, and all kinds of stories about albinos and all that, so that this forum helps the participants, the people in the community, the leaders in the community, come to the realization that, I mean,
it's not to cut you, but it was interesting for me when we did an episode on albinism, and people were calling, sending messages and all that. They didn't know why that should be considered under disability.
And until you get close to them to even realize that as part of their condition, as they grow, some can't see, even at a younger age, because of the nature of or the extent of the albinism.
Even the skin challenges they have.
And a teacher who participates in this community project or this public education project gets to know that this child I have in my class with albinism, there is a reason why I must make this child be on the front seat. It's not because this child wants special treatment, but if you put this child at the back seat, the child won't see anything that happens in class if he or she doesn't get to hear exactly what is being taught. So that you know that giving priority to these children in class is important, and this public education programs helps in educating our communities on these subjects so that they get a better view for persons with disability, and it's helping them relate better with persons with disability. We understand the magnitude of the work. We don't expect overnight changes, but we know that the change is happening. And when one person gets the information, they are able to transmit to the other, because you get others rebuking fellows who would be maltreating a person with disability in their community, because that person has a better knowledge. Somebody is going out to the person with disability and is interested in the fact that a disability-friendly environment is created for the person, and because of this education, they ask him, have you made provision for this person? So in as much as we began with a struggle, the Helping Hand TV show complemented the work and made it easier, and now the reception level is better, and you can clearly tell that people who are truly ignorant are open to the knowledge and they are able to embrace, and those who don't have understanding, they ask questions, and it's not like a fight, but they want to understand, and help is given them. And I think it's been a worthwhile project so far.
Amazing. At H4P, we say that change might not happen overnight, but the decision to change must happen overnight. And so this public awareness project has been a long time project, and we know it's a long term project. And so again, H4P 13 years, kudos, and to God be the glory. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we would put the brakes on for today. Thank you so much, Philip and Marilyn. And thank you for staying tuned in to the H4P at 13 special episode on the Helping Hand TV show. Well, special thanks to DVR Limited Company Limited and Fast Teacher for my proud sponsors. Special thanks to you for always tuning in. I need to remind you, if you are not contributing to H4P through our mobile money system, this is the time to do so. This is the best time to do so, looking at what H4P has been able to achieve on its own for the past 13 years. If you come in to support, you can imagine where we can get to. They say that the sky is only the limit, right? Thank you so much. I'll end it here. I'll come your way again next week. But until then, remember, disability is not inability. Take good care of yourselves, and God richly bless you.
Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah. Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah.
Mrs. Christina Anaswa Hackman, I thank God for giving you to me as my sweet mother. I bless God for allowing our paths to cross within the sands of time. I thank you for being the reason for every season in my life. I thank you for being the reason behind everything I do. Thank you for being my best example in life. And thank you for being my example of the best in my life. My sweet mother, thank you for being an amazing teacher. Thank you for being a generous giver. Thank you for being an incredible helper. Above all, thank you for being an amazing leader. My sweet mother, you taught me everything I know. You taught me that to make impact on others, you don't only have to use your words, but you have to use your heart. My sweet mother, you taught me that lasting footprints are created when lasting heartprints are made in the lives of other people. My sweet mother, I love you forever, and I'll never forget you.
Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah. Sweet mother, I never forget you for the suffer where you suffer for me. Yeah.
Sheila
The prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards, the Chill Awards.
Chill Awards.